There are times in my life where things stop going smoothly, or I hit this like resistance. I start getting stressed, I start getting upset, nothing is moving forward, and I am in this slump and I'm stuck. I stop moving and focusing, and nothing's getting done. And then I am stuck in this place of stillness again, where I am not doing anything and I start wasting time. And I'm just getting more and more frustrated because the entire time I keep doing the nothing over and over again. I'm frustrated because I want to do things, but I meet resistance at every step of the way. I don't know which way to go, and then it's just this like breaking point of I do nothing. I've gotten closer to the idea of sitting in silence. I feel like the more and more time I spend in silence, I start to recognize the things in my life that I wish I could change. There are so many changes I want to take on right now, but no foreseeable way to get there. I feel stuck in this moment, lost in the silence. I'm tired of being stuck. I've been going through a lot in my life lately. Honestly, yesterday was like a really, really bad day. And it's just been kind of crazy getting through everything. I feel like in my life right now that no matter how hard that I'm trying, there's always like stuff in the way of my goals, my dreams, and it just sucks because like I know that I'm trying so hard in every aspect of my life. Like, I just always am watching everybody else succeed and watching myself be in stillness. It's just been like really, really getting into me more lately than it normally would because like I feel like I'm really good at setting goals for myself and like to keep working through all of the hardships and to keep working through like there's so many things that inspire me in life to just keep moving forward despite all of the hardships that I've been through, but sometimes it just feels like even the world is against you, and I don't know, right now I don't really feel like I'm doing a good job of inspiring anyone, because I'm not really inspiring myself right now. I feel like that I'm trying so hard, and I just, like, no matter what I do, it just never feels like it's enough, and I think maybe a part of that is related to me, like, I'm just never enough for myself, and like I know where it stems from, but it still sucks because it's not something I can just change overnight, and I can't just like, I can't just take away the frustrations that I have whenever I'm not meeting my own expectations. I just wish that I had like the right answer for like what the next thing is, or even just a sign that like everything that I'm doing is not a total waste, because I feel like the things that I'm passionate and fighting so hard for, like, it feels like I'm just wasting my time sometimes. And I know it comes from this like lack of control. I have such a problem with that, like, just wanting to control my entire life, but everything's always out of my control, and it feels like I just don't have a grip on anything. All of the dreams that I've, like, had or set for myself, I just can't meet. I've been struggling so hard to, like, try and meet them and try to convince myself that, like, if I just work hard enough, like, it'll happen for me one day, because the universe will see that, like, I'm worthy because I fought so hard for it. There was a time during my life, I think it was last year, and it's kind of around the year whenever all of the butterflies start coming forward. And if you've seen it in bulk. There are like hundreds of butterflies flying a bunch, and like you can't even drive on the roads without hitting them because there's just so many of them. I remember telling my boyfriend, like, thinking about the span of a butterfly life and how butterflies don't seem to really worry about, like, what their purpose is. They just kind of do the thing and then they're dead. Like, as far as, like, the adult butterfly goes, they're only alive for, like, a couple of weeks, it seems. And it got me thinking a lot because, like, obviously humans are a lot more complex, our brains are a lot more developed, and we have a lot more rules and things attached to us, or morals and ways of living in society. Some of them which are really, really good and are definitely needed, but others that kind of, I feel like, hold us back in certain ways. And sometimes I feel like having these brains, even though they're great for creating amazing things, they kind of, like, hold us to, like, overthinking. Like, we overthink a lot of things that are a lot more simple. So for instance, butterflies throughout their life ideally do a couple of things. They eat a shit ton, then they build their cocoon, then they transform within their cocoon, they get out, they party, if you know what I mean, then they lay their eggs, and then they die. Which sounds really, really simple. And you know what, maybe butterflies think a lot more complexly anyways. I mean, how would I know? It's not like we have anything that can, like, see into the mind of a butterfly and know what goes down. But ideally, with the best circumstances involved, a butterfly will be alive for about 11 weeks max. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe 12 weeks, give or take. So that's what? Like 2 months, maybe? They have 2 months of a life, essentially. And within that time, we see them go through their full transformation. They do all of these amazing, hard things, and that's just talking about if they live in total, let alone if they get eaten by something else, you know what I mean? The human life, on the other hand, lives, like, so much longer. We are alive for an average of about 4,700 weeks, so that is like 400 times more, I think, than a butterfly. So for every 1 week a butterfly lives, we live like 470 weeks. Isn't that, like, really crazy to think about? It just feels like when I look at them, they go through such intense change, and I wonder also, like, with that short time period, how it correlates to humans. Humans go through these massive changes in our lives, and we don't always take them on or look at them or see the pure beauty of them because we're always kind of looking at it from far away. And sometimes the complications we meet seem like more detrimental than they actually are. Our failures seem a lot more harsher than they actually are. I think that just goes down to the, like, maybe it's just the capitalistic society we live in of, like, trying to push you to go, 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 go. Like, your worthiness is not attached to anything unless you're actually producing something. Butterflies don't worry about all of that nonsense because they're not built in that kind of society, so they don't have to. You know, butterflies just kind of meet their failures and either it kills them or they, like, go to the next thing. And honestly, I'm not sure, like, why I fully threw this butterfly thing in here so heavily, but to me, it, like, makes a lot of sense, that it's important in the aspect of realizing, like, not to take things too seriously, and that you can still make great change in such a small time. For every week a butterfly lives, I live 400 weeks, give or take. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I have 400 more weeks of opportunity than a butterfly does to make huge change. And that feels like a lot of time when I look at it like that. But when you look at the aspect of, like, we live an average of 4,700 weeks, it feels a little bit scary, because then it's running into this, like, you feel like it's not enough time. But I just really want to be and live how a butterfly lives, in the aspect of, like, they do all these huge changes and they leave in such, like, a beautiful sort of way at the end with their wings. They go through huge changes from being the caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly. So I'm trying to get past the idea of focusing so much on the idea of wasting time, and focusing more on what I can do with the time that I have before me right now, like a butterfly does. And you know, their main purpose in life is to leave something behind. They leave their eggs behind. My legacy of what I leave behind might not necessarily be like children or anything like that. I don't know if I'll have children, but I want to think more seriously about what it is I want to leave behind with the time I have, and what impacts I want to make while I'm still here, if that makes sense. Even though I'm still fearing not meeting all of life's stepping stones at the same paces as the generations before me, and even though I'm not sure what kind of legacy I want to leave behind after me, with all of the pressures combined from both, like, spiritual community or outside society in place to keep growing, keep producing, keep changing, keep focusing on doing something that means something, I finally realized there is no need to rush where I'm at in this moment. I'm where I'm meant to be on this journey right now, in this present moment, just like you are. I want to take each present moment and focus on making those moments align towards my future goals, and not necessarily, like, stressing myself out because I'm not at those goals yet. I don't want to live in the past too much, where I worry that because of my past mistakes or the bad things that happened in the past, that I'll never be able to move towards the future that I want to, or live happy in the now where I'm at. And it is okay to be afraid of things not going how you want them to, or lacking some control in some ways. That's just natural, that happens. But no matter what, I will not let my fear control which way I am navigating my future and the things that excite me, the things that I want to do, possibility. I will never let the fear take hold of me to where I cannot do what I want to do. You and I right now are doing just fine where we're at. And I need you to know so deeply that this is your sign that you are where you're meant to be right now. And no amount of fear of running out of time or not doing what you are meant to do already should get in the way of that knowing. Where you're at right now is okay. And if you can give yourself anything in this moment, please give yourself the freedom to relax. And even if where you are is a hard place to be right now, the first step to igniting change in that aspect is to accept where you are at now. Accept the circumstances, accept the environment, accept all the players on the playing field, accept that this is your situation and this is what's happening. Take your time to reflect and refresh your goals. Remember the things that are truly important to you. Remember what really matters. And then when you're ready, in this present moment, take action and move forward. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful life, and until the next video, guys, much love. Bye. Myself, and it's kind of this exciting, scary, trailblazing sort of journey. I've been discovering a lot of like nerdy stuff again that I'm into, stuff that I was super nerdy that I never even looked at, like D&D. I'm able to play games, and I'm sharing playing games on my channel with you guys, which is kind of scary, and I'm